Guys, I'm back here with another video, and in this video today I'm going to be talking about wicks. What are wicks and how can we use them to our advantage and apply them to SMC trading strategy. So what are wicks? Wicks are basically these lines which does not include the body of the candle. So as you can see, this long thing over here, actually let me mark it up for you. This long line over here is a wick. This line is a wick. This is a wick. All of these, which are not the body of the candle, are wicks. All of these are wicks. So, what are these wicks? So basically, wicks are where people have their limit orders, right? So let's say people have their limits order here, and all of them get bought up at once. So what does that do? Is it drives the price of that coin instantly up, and that it does not give it time to leave it as a body candle, which makes it a wick. But now these wicks later on get targeted as liquidity. Now what does that mean? Liquidity basically means that the market is gonna hunt for these wicks. So as you can see, all these wicks get taken out. Like this one, you can see the market has taken this out. We can see this one get taken out, right? So now how can we use these wicks to our advantage and apply that to SMC and basically our trades? So as we can see over here, I have this Ethereum trade marked up, and we can see there's a wick above my zone. So now what I want the market to do is basically, it might consolidate over here for a bit, but eventually I want the market to take that wick out, and get into my demand zone and just have a push up to my TP. So we always want wick above our zones. Obviously, if the wick, right, if there's wick, if your zone, right, is the wick, then you will definitely get stopped out. Like let's say for example over here, right, you have this demand zone. Let's just mark that up. You can see that this demand zone did not work out, and that is because this over here was a wick. So that is why we always want the wicks to be above our zones. So now you might ask, why? There's a wick right above our zone, so why not take that trade? But again, this zone is a wick itself. If we go over here to my Ethereum trade, we can see that this wick is not as, I mean, there's some candle to it, right? But the one I just showed you guys, I think was on Bitcoin, right? No, not Bitcoin. It was on, right, Dodge. You can see body candle is basically little to none. So we do not take those as our order blocks, because that would be invalid and we would be the liquidity instead of, you know, catching the liquidity above us. So other thing is, these wicks sometimes can also be as sweeps. Now what are sweeps? So let me tell you what sweeps are. So if we, let me just turn the replay mode on. I think I gotta delete these drawings real quick. Right, so let's see, let the market move a little bit. So as we can see, there is being a sweep form. Now what is a sweep? Sweep is basically market taking out wicks before heading up into a direction, right? So we will count this thing right here as a sweep, because market took out those orders and it went back up, and we'll count this as our break of structure. So now let's just keep playing it. So yep. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this low of this candle, right? And we're gonna mark wherever we have our significant fair value gap starting. So which is right here. And I'm gonna cover that whole thing up. Now this right here is my order block. This is where I want to take the trade from. And as you can see, I already have that marked up. Now if we keep playing this, right, we can see the market is gonna form some wicks here that I want the market to eventually take out. And let me just keep this going, right? So as you can see, these are some wicks. Want to mark them up, as I usually mark this up as a dollar sign, so I know it's a wick and the market needs to take that out. So what we would want the market to do is basically head down, take that wick out, go into my order block again, and write it up. So this is what wicks are, and if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments. Some of you are in my Telegram group, you can ask me questions there. So I hope this helped you, and I'm gonna keep making more videos and kind of make them in a way of a course, so everyone who follows me can learn my strategy and, you know, apply it to their trading. So peace.